everybody.
Hi, Ellen.
I'm so glad I have everybody. I have the entire show. We have to add lots of seating here. Okay, so you haven't shot the last one yet?
No. Nope. In fact, we have the table read for the last one tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Friday.
Okay.
Well, Friday now.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
2 days.
Read your email.
Yeah.
So nothing has changed. Things are still not quite ready yet.
No, that's what
The
very in
chaos
tune.
continues.
Yeah, till the very last minute.
Yes.
Well, this would be an important thing that obviously this script, for sure, of all scripts, has to be. And you have no idea how it ends.
No, we're shooting the second to last episode and no idea.
Even that's changing while we're shooting it.
Yeah, no,
Really? So wait, and so now you're shooting the second to last. So is this giving you any indication or confusing you more in which direction it's going?
No.
No, because we
Honestly,
know enough to know that if we feel like this episode is leading us down a path, then the rug is going to get ripped out from under us.
Right. So,
Terrifying.
So you're terrified of what's going to happen. I mean, do you think that there are going to be people killed off? I mean, what?
We all have to live. We're just pushing Scandal the movie. Scandal the movie.
I think-
Scandal the movie. We all just have to live to that.
Well, there's so many Friends reboot. Well, not Friends, but
Will and
Roseanne
Grace.
and Will and Grace.
Yeah.
Maybe in 20 years you'll do this again.
So hopefully we'll survive.
Yeah.
Although Josh Molina correctly pointed out, he'll be here soon, but that we should all be killed because we've done horrible, horrible things.
Everyone
So
should
maybe
die.
there's just like
that
a
would be the
nuclear
only
explosion.
just ending.
There's no one left.
That's right.
It's all of you. Well, no, that would be a horrible
Then
thing.
the reboot's
That
in
would
heaven.
be bad.
Yeah.
Awful.
Gladiators would be upset.
Yeah.
So who are you going to miss doing the love scenes with the most? You can say it now because it's almost over.
You
Be
can
honest.
totally say it now because it's
Yeah.
almost
I
over.
think when it comes to love scenes, I'm gonna miss Bellamy Young the most.
I
Thank
see.
you.
Spoiler! Is that a spoiler?
No, so you can't really.
I can't-
I mean, you can. You
no.
said you didn't really like kissing either.
Exactly.
That was a
Right.
total lie,
I'm
by
not
the way.
gonna miss either of them in that way. I'm gonna miss them in a lot of other ways.
Yeah. Well, y'all are still going to stay close. You'll still hang out.
I keep
and
saying
do
that,
things.
but Scott says no. Scott says he's not gonna hang out with us.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
gonna
think
just
so.
show up at his house.
You've done it before. You've had shows that you were on that end.
Yeah. Is that fortunate or unfortunate? Yes, I've been on enough shows and enough have ended that I'm finding myself doing it again, and I know exactly how it goes.
Stop.
You're just having separation
Don't be
anxiety.
We're
You're trying to be all
different.
cool
We're
about it.
different.
Or what
I'm
you-
not talking about how you're going to deal with it. I'm talking about how I'm going to deal with it.
Right.
I'm going to separate myself and nod my head a lot and watch from a distance and disappear.
We're gonna love you relentlessly, and we're gonna hunt you
We're gonna
down
kill
and
you
love
with
you
hugs.
more.
We're gonna kill you
Oh, we're
with
gonna love
hugs.
you the whole life.
Okay.
See, she's grown to love you. Y'all worked on another show together, and I don't think she liked you so much.
Yeah,
there.
we worked on Scrubs together, y'all, and I was like, that guy's a jerk.
Why did you
Here's
think...
how much of a jerk I was. I didn't know we worked on Scrubs together.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
But now
Scott.
I love him.
And then you,
That's not her.
That's
See,
not
I had no idea
Yeah, I was like,
that Bellamy Young was on Scrubs. That's
Oh my
not
God,
her.
that's
But that's not me.
no.
you were
Look
black?
at you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was black in that show.
The range.
Yeah.
Scott Foley, the
He
range.
really
I
is
can
a
really throw.
thespian.
Yeah.
So I hear that there were some dance moves that you were so thrilled to work on.
Yeah, you know, we had talked about the things of the show that when table reads would come about, anything that I instantly was terrified of. And I remember reading the episode at the table read where you and I have to dance.
Yeah.
And I just thought, why? And I looked up and Shonda Rhimes was looking at me smiling because she knows I hate it. And I looked to the 12 writers at the other end of the table and they were doing the same thing. And then once we did it, I got a call from Shonda saying, what was that? I was like, what do you mean? I was dancing. You scripted that I was supposed to dance, and I was dancing. She goes, yeah, but you had your hand. There I am dancing.
Yep.
Oh, why are you showing me? I'm all shoulders, all shoulders.
I directed that episode, actually.
But there was a couple
you were
times
all shoulders.
where I had to, you know, we were dancing, and I put my hands above my head, and she said, men don't dance with their hands above their head.
Is that right?
Rule.
And he
I
said,
didn't know there was
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Can I tell the story about my... So I directed that episode, right? And then this season, Scott directed an episode when Fitz, you meet Fitz after the presidency, and I was in Vermont, and Sean had written essentially the same thing for Fitz. That Fitz, like, gets down in when he's all alone
By
in his house in
himself.
Vermont by himself.
Oh, y'all.
And he's just some amazing song, and he's gonna dance, and Fitz just cuts loose, and I'm like, oh my God. how am I going to do this? So
Tony
I
went
said,
for it.
the first take, Scott, I'm just going to go. Or maybe I didn't even tell you. I was like, I just got to go for it and get it out of my system.
It was crazy.
So I had to go across a vast space, and I'm like spinning and yelling and whatever I was doing.
It was amazing.
So I thought, okay, I got that out of my system. Scott comes in and he's like, Tony, that was amazing. That was amazing. But you know what Shonda's going to say when she sees that? In the dailies, I said, no, what? He says, she's going to say, what the F is he doing? So maybe in the next take it down a little bit. I was like, oh, okay. So I do a little bit less. The next take in, Scott comes back. He's like, that was fantastic. Just a little bit less. Every take, just a little bit less. So by the time we did the final take, I was kind of just going like.
He was literally snapping his fingers. But when
And
I
then
tell you the first
scene
take,
was cut from the show.
That should have stayed in because that's hilarious to see that that's what Fitz would do when he's by himself.
I have
Well,
to get you
it's
that
They're
Tony
going
footage.
to sell it.
I have to get you that
They're
footage,
going to
and you
sell
have to play that at
outtakes.
some point.
When are you gonna- I'd
delicious.
have to see it first.
Delicious.
No, let me see it first.